fought chaos dragons and lich kings. I fought greater demons and the gods themselves. I bled Be'lakor, the prince who would be king. I crossed axes with Grimnir and walked away. I swore to die in battle, but outlived a world. Come, try me, beast. Maybe you'll have better luck than every beast I've ever slain to now. Maybe we both will.
Hey guys, welcome back.
How y'all doing?
Okay, well, here it is. This is the Gotrek AoS episode.
Part 2 of
This is an
Gotrek.
Age of Sigmar podcast.
Welcome to Lorecast Eternals, by the way.
My name is Mitchell.
My name is Jacobo.
That's a new one. I like it.
I gotta mix it up. I am Jacob.
So,
Yeah.
before we get into it, it's got to be a pretty short one, to be honest.
This is actually gonna be a short episode. Not necessarily because there's a lack of content for Gotrek and AoS, but
It's just. So there's 3 books, a few short stories, and
the audio drama.
and the audio drama.
God Realm Slayer was so good.
Loved listening to that so much. But the thing is that with all of what goes down in the books, it's world building, and it doesn't really focus too much on Gotrek. Yes, it focuses around Gotrek's adventure in each of those books, but it's not specifically just Gotrek.
I think this is a good way to describe it. Like, in all of the books for Gotrek and Felix in fantasy, the books were always like they're doing this thing. There is this bad guy they're beating. They're doing this objective. Whereas in the 3 books that are out, which is Ghoul Slayer, Git Slayer, and Soul Slayer,
Yes.
it's honest to God more focused around building Gotrek's character development, both for himself, how he interacts with the realms, and how he interacts with his companions.
Yeah,
and you can't really explain that without this being a book review, and this isn't a book review. This is gonna be us talking about Gotrek in AoS specifically,
And how he's changed.
and like when you break it down like that, there isn't a whole lot of substance that we can get into before it just becomes a book review,
Also,
which we're not.
Not as of yet, because is there 3 omnibuses for Gotrek and Felix? And remember, those books are actually about Felix.
There's 4 omnibuses. There's 12 books out for Gotrek and Felix. Yeah,
And remember, Felix is the one that was writing those. This is, I don't know how to put it, but
the best. I think the best thing that we can say is that we are going to be focusing on Gotrek, the things he does, and how he interacts with the mortal realms, definitely. But to get a really good full view of Gotrek in AoS, you're just gonna need to read the books. And you think we can put the book names in the order they're in the description? Probably.
yeah, I could. If I try my best to remember that tomorrow.
Yeah. Right.
It is currently 11:20 p.m. I am thoroughly depressed because all my sport teams are doing absolutely trash, and I only cry.
But yeah, no. So
How are the Detroit Red Wings doing?
Aggies aren't doing too hot either.
Don't bring that up. I don't need that at the moment.
But
We're 3-7.
get fucked. This is why I don't watch sports, so I'm not constantly disappointed. Listen, I'm a Tennessee Titans fan because of my dad. Like, I'm a Tennessee Titans fan because of my dad, and for baseball, I was a Cubs fan with my grandpa. So like, I'm used to disappointment.
Oh God, it's 1-4.
Jesus.
God.
Anywho, just
to turn that off.
just-
Sorry, Red Wings.
just to recap on what we just said, just to make it very clear, we highly recommend you read the books for AoS,
Or just listen to them.
or audiobook it. Just audiobook it, because there isn't necessarily like a big bad in these books, and when there's not a very linear objective, it's kind of hard to talk about it, because
the way I described it, it's trying to explain the lore and plot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, it's more about the context than it is about the actual, just objectives.
It's very difficult. Like, yes, you have this entire I forget the characters' names, but they
There's Jake, Amy, Rosa, Charles, Holt.
yeah. Okay,
but me and Jess binged it recently.
Yeah. But these books are more episodic, and they're yeah.
Yeah.
But continuing,
that's fair. Yeah, we do have some announcements.
Announcements.
Yes. Good news. Felipe will be rejoining us for next episode.
My boy, the soul of this podcast.
He's back. I think we're doing fine.
Right now, the soul of the podcast is currently asleep in the corner of the bedroom.
My boy. The cat.
The cat.
But yes, Philip will be rejoining us for next episode. His stuff is been resolved. Whether or not he goes into detail will be up to him, but the duo will become a trio once again. Yay. And we can get back to having 45-minute long tangents and being completely and totally fucking useless. Because, like, we were, like, actually semi, like, on point last episode, and it was disgusting.
Without Philip, we don't go on
It was horrible. Like, we went on, like, one tangent, and it was about Call on Me.
Yeah.
Like, only one. Like,
and it lasted 5 minutes.
Those are rookie numbers.
And that was at the beginning. We always go on tangents in the beginning.
Like, Jesus. Also, we have decided that we are going to be sticking to the episode every 3 weeks, at least until after the holiday season. We're probably going to revisit it after LVO if we want to stick with this or go back to a 2 a month or one every 2 weeks. It just kind of depends because I'm not going to lie, it's been nice having weekends back. I actually didn't realize how close I was to burnout.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily because it's too much, but it's like I love interacting with all of you on the Discord and doing the episodes and whatnot. And I just felt it came down to like being gone twice a month, doing the research, doing the episodes, being gone for a couple days.
Job.
Well, and then because I have my full-time job and I have my second job and then I have this job.
Yes.
And then I also clean house because I work at home, so I clean house and shit. And I just didn't have a whole lot of free time, and I work from home, so I can't even begin to imagine for Mitchell and Phil who actually have to go places for work. So it's just been nice to have that free time. I don't want it to be. I don't want y'all to think that we don't love y'all because we do, but also like it was nice to have like days where I could just do nothing.
Dude, the period of 2 weeks in between, it felt like 3 months, and I was like, what
I
is this?
know. I'm sitting there, I'm just like, am I part of the pod? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, that is a thing we're doing.
I need to go check on the Discord.
But, like, yeah, we're getting ready to go to Houston next week. Like, we haven't done that in how long?
Dude.
It's going to be so nice.
Oh, yeah. Dude, because remember, the entire reason why we've been going to Houston a whole lot is because of the podcast.
Like, I'm not saying it's y'all's fault, but, like, it's y'all's fault. We don't have lives because of y'all, you fuckers.
It's our fault. Let's.
No, we did it to ourselves. Like, yeah. I enjoy. Like, let me make it very clear. Like, we do. We love doing this.
Remember, we started doing this on Wednesdays, and it moved to Thursdays,
and now it's fucking Saturdays.
Then I moved, and now we're on weekends, and I'm like, oh my god, what did I do?
But like, we can't make it clear enough. We love doing this, but. Like we've said multiple times, when we first started doing a podcast, we had no idea what the fuck we were doing, and we didn't really understand the drain that it was, even being as nonchalant as we are. So, once again, we're going to be sticking to the one episode every 3 weeks, at least until after LVO. Then me and Mitchell and Phil will put our heads together and come to a decision if we want to change it, go back to what we're going to do. So, we'll get back to you after that.
Yep.
Also, there was third thing, the secondary LVO chat is going to be going up at the end of this month, and that's the one where like only people who are actually confirmed to be going are going to be invited, because we're going to be potentially swapping personal information and whatnot, just so we know who the fuck y'all are when we get there. So I know
he stretched his legs.
He's so beautiful. I love that cat, dude. I would kill you for a Klondike bar. I would commit war crimes for that for him. But yeah, that channel will be going up at the end of the month, because I know a couple people have been asking for that. Also, we have been working, me, Mitchell, Phil, and a select other have been working towards getting a intro song as well.
Let's be honest, it's you and the select other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to be nice.
Yeah. No,
I put this podcast on my back. Just so you know, Mitchell does all the editing. It wouldn't exist without him.
I do everything.
I do everything too. We do everything together.
I'm also the forefront financially for this podcast.
I help when I can. I'm trying to buy a house right now. Fuck off.
So yeah. Other than that,
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's everything. We did another 10 minutes. Go us. Let's get into this
Oh my
episode.
god, a tangent? Yeah. Without further ado, I guess we're gonna start. Mitchell's gonna be talking a lot more in this one, mainly because he has read more of the books than I have because I suck.
Yeah.
And that's what I got. But also last episode I did the majority of the talking and I kind of felt like a gigantic asshole, and also I'm sure my
To be
voice
honest, I don't like talking.
I know you don't, but I'm sure my voice got super annoying.
Everybody likes hearing me talk. I don't know why.
You should start an
Out the-
ASMR part of the podcast.
Yes.
It'll just be the strokening with Mitchell. With Mitchell Cameron.
That sounds so bad.
All right. Gotrek and AoS.
Okay.
Go, Mitchell. I'm going to sit here and just stare at you and provide no help.
How about you go, because you actually listened to that book 3 times. Or the,
No.
You'll listen to Realm Slayer 3 times.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll start. Yeah, I had to listen to Realm Slayer like 3 times just because like audiobooks don't stick. I really enjoyed Realm Slayer. I didn't think that I would because I kind of venomously hate audiobooks.
It's an audio drama.
Not because they're bad. I just like, well, I found out that audiobooks put me the fuck to sleep like no other. You asked Mitchell, I was like fully wide awake watching Realm Slayer, and we're just sitting there vibing. Next thing you know, I was passed the fuck out. I woke up and I was like, why did I nap? I wasn't even tired. And 2, audiobooks like don't stick in my head. It's really hard for me to remember. Like if I hear it rather than read it, and also I had to go back like on multiple parts multiple times to like hear it, understand.
Yeah.
But that has more to do with the fact that Brian Blessed, well, an absolutely fucking amazing voice actor and like and born to play Gotrek, when he kind of sounds aggressively angry and Scottish, could be a little difficult to understand what he says.
Stretch his leg again.
But anywho, yeah. So
we're pretty much starting off where we ended in the old world.
yeah. So the old world, Gotrek took Grimnir's place and quick thing about the old world that we didn't go over that I just forgot about because once again I suck. So Gotrek fought Grimnir. Grimnir murdered him in like 3 seconds, resurrected him, gave him a power boost and his second axe. Because we finally figure out at the end of Slayer in the old world that his axe actually was an axe of Grimnir. And the other axe of Grimnir was held by the High King, which was Thorgrim, who was killed by Death Master Snitch, I think. Snitch, yeah. So, but he got that second axe, and having the 2 axes together actually like activated like a rune or something that hadn't been activated in thousands of years, which made him super fucking OP. And he got a power boost from Grimnir to be Super Saiyan, and then got Yot into the Realm of Chaos, and then everyone died.
Yeah.
Oh, also like,
and he was in the Realm of Chaos for thousands
upon thousands. I mean, he
Where?
he popped out sometime after the Realm Gate War. So like,
yeah.
And the space of time between the Age of Myth to the Age of Sigmar was like
thousands of years.
5,000 years, I think, or something like that.
It's long.
It's a while.
Yeah.
And he was in the Realm of Chaos even before like the Mortal Realms were made. So like, yeah, he'd been in there for a hot minute. But that being said, time does work differently in the Realms of Chaos. So kind of.
Well,
it's not as bad as 40K, but like it's not exactly on par.
Yeah, not on par, but I'm pretty sure he knows that it's been thousands of years, because he does forget. He knows it's been years upon years.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think he even says in Realm Slayer like 10,000 years, so like he old as fuck.
And just to let it be known, in the Realm of Chaos, he killed a whole lot, but he also died a lot, and he always got resurrected.
Yeah, his doom was always out of his grasp.
So
also something that I found out that I remembered about Felix that made my heart break is I forgot that before Felix died, I don't know if it was right before he died or a little bit before he died, but sometime close to his end, but before he actually died, he actually got like a vision of his wife, and like got to have like his last moments with his, like, I think it was his wife's last moments, but they got to see each other somehow through a vision, and he got to meet his daughter, and then he died. And then everyone died.
And that makes me so sad.
Yeah, I think her name was Rosa Yeager, I think is the daughter's name. I think. Depression.
Yay. But so yeah, was the first. But then
so basically,
strong.
Yeah. So Gotrek pops out of the Realm of Chaos into Akshi.
They're in a chaos insurrection.
No, they're not. No, Gotrek is popping out and it's causing like bullshit to happen, and so there's a Fire Slayer lodge. I think it's called the Umbrak Lodge. Really old Fire Slayer lodge. They're on the Salamander Spine in Okshi.
Yeah. One of the oldest lodges as well.
Yeah, they are one of the oldest lodges. One of the oldest still living lodges.
Yeah.
The Realm of Chaos was rough.
Yeah.
They're doing. There's this special thing happening at their lodge with a master rune. I forget. I forget the rune master's name, but he's a really old, really powerful rune master, and he's making this master rune. So there's a fuckload of Urgol.
No. He made it.
He made it, yeah. But
made
it's at the lodge. There's it used a fuckload of Urgol. It's very powerful, and it's there. So. I think what it is there's some sort of ceremony soon about like someone's gonna get to bear the master rune.
No, so people have tried to bear the master rune before, but they constantly just died because nobody can handle that power. It's the same thing with his axe that he got from the lodge.
No, you're right. Okay, so they were just there guarding the rune naturally, but Gotrek coming from the Realm of Chaos, it like some weird bullshit happened, and they're like, go figure out the fuck's happening. And I think they thought they were being attacked by Chaos.
Yeah.
But then it's just like a gigantic dwarf, also known as a small human, popped out of the Realm of Chaos, and they're like,
what?
Who the fuck are you? And they just think he's just one of the fucking dispossessed dwarves that doesn't have a clan, that's just like drunk or something, or out of his mind, and that he's just like wandering around, and they're like, get the fuck out of here.
They note that he's Lord.
Yeah, no, he comes out and they're like, Jesus Christ, he's fucking huge, because there's a dwarf, a Fire Slayer. It's Durden. I'm gonna say dwarf, but it's Durden. I know this. I'm just gonna not.
I'm just be like Gotrek.
I'm just gonna fuck it.
Dwarf.
I'm just gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
Durden, you whack. Dwarf, dope. There's a Durden there named Forn.
Dowie,
right? I think his name is Forn, and he's supposed to be big because they even make a reference. They're like, oh my god, he's bigger than you, and so they're kind of talking mad shit to Gotrek because they're like, get the fuck out of here, you piece of shit, yada yada yada, and Gotrek's just like, what fucking Realm of Chaos is this? What's up with these demons that look like dwarfs? This is whack as fuck. And Forn, who's like the leader of this company, like gets off his cause he was running a Magmadroth. He gets off his Magmadroth and he's like goes and basically, I don't think he
gets so angry at Magmadroth. He goes like, why do you have a wingless?
What's up with your wingless dragon?
Your stunted growth wingless dragon. What is this?
Pathetic. And I don't think he actually.
I love how we said we're not going to do a book review, but we're just doing a book review
at
the moment.
The entry is really important because like you can really see how confused he is.
Yeah.
So he doesn't actually. So Forn, the dwarf who's getting rid of regret being a dick, he doesn't actually like poke his finger in Gotrek's chest, but he basically does. He kind of squares up to him. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here," and then Gotrek just bites his nose off.
Yeah, that's how. I don't know what's up with dwarves and
Gotrek nose biter. But he's like, this tastes like dwarf, not demon. And the dude's really like weird. Having a fucking panic attack. He's like, did he just bite my fucking nose off? And they're like, indeed he did. Yeah. Indeed he did, in fact, bite your nose off. Yeah. That happened.
So
they end up capturing him, and they take him back to the lodge and throw him in jail.
And then Skaven attack where...
Well, first he meets Malineth.
Yes.
Who is a very important character
to Gotrek.
She's not like uber important in Realm Slayer. Like she's definitely there a lot, but I feel like in Realm Slayer it's more focused on Gotrek and Broder.
So the books. This is really funny because Realm Slayer actually focuses a lot on Gotrek and just Gotrek himself and the way he acts. While the books, they're from the perspective of Malineth.
Really?
Yes.
That makes sense because the other books are from the perspective of Felix.
Yeah.
I think.
So like, she actually, you can read her notes that she's writing back to the Order of Azir,
just like Felix. My soul.
So, they're from her perspective. So there's a lot. It's focusing a lot less on Gotrek, but still, it's his story. But while in Realm Slayer, it is. Are you okay, buddy?
I have some phlegm stuck on my throat.
You're just like me right before we started.
And I don't want to do it. It didn't happen until we already started. I'm just like, fuck me.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to hawk into the mic. So if y'all hear me hawking, I'm sorry. I'm disgusting.
Really important. He meets this witch elf because she is a follower of Cain, but also Order of Azir.
We don't find that out
until much later. Get over it.
Spoilers. Shit. Fuck. Spoilers.
Oh my gosh, it's not like this entire podcast is spoilers.
Fair, but yeah.
Get over it.
Okay.
So that happens. The Skaven attack, and they're let out of their cells because they're like, well, the Skaven attack, and you can either help or run away.
It was Broder specifically, because even he was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta get the Slayer," and he goes to get Gotrek, and Malineth had actually already freed herself out.
Yeah,
freed herself from the cave, and she actually unlocked Gotrek's cage too. He just stayed in there because the whole point, at least at this point in the story, Gotrek's like, none of this is real. You're all demons. This is some weird Tzeentchian trick or something. None of this is real. Fuck you all. Fuck your god. Fuck your realm. Fuck your home. Fuck your shit. He doesn't give a singular fuck about anyone.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'm not going to move because like, this is all pointless because it's just, it's literally not real. So Broder is like, and by the way, we didn't say this and I'm sorry. Broder is a battlesmith of the Fire Slayers.
Really cool.
Young. He's a young battlesmith, but he is a battlesmith.
Not the story smith? Is he the story smith?
Yes.
I
Gotrek calls him a story smith, but he's a battlesmith.
I cry.
I know.
Okay.
He's like, okay, let's go, and like gives Gotrek his axe. He's like, yeah, I kind of feel like this is gonna do you better than me, because Broder was actually there when Gotrek first popped out with Forn, and he was like, basically the second Gotrek popped out, he was like, hey, wait a minute, you look like Grimnir.
Yeah.
So he's been like slowly connecting dots in his mind that Gotrek isn't normal.
Well, what he does next really doesn't help his case.
Fair.
He literally picks up an axe that is mint. Very few Fire Slayers have been able to hold this axe
without dying.
Yeah, and that's when they have all this gold placed in them, because Fire Slayers, they make runes and they throw runes.
Yeah, and the gold like empowers them.
Yes. So you have Gotrek, who has no gold inside of him, but he's able to hold this axe and light it ablaze. It's the axe that he has on his model. So if you're wondering what it looks like, go look at his model.
And the funny thing is, we have no fucking idea where he gets this axe, because basically, like, the Skaven start attacking, right? And like Gotrek just kind of fucks off.
He runs off.
And they're like, "Oh fuck, where'd he go?" So then they go. So then like it changes perspective to I think it was Malineth, because it was Malineth because the Dark Elf, she found her way.
Book review.
We are.
Continue. Without the book review.
Fuck. Basically, like, we end up in the vault where the Master Rune is, and Gotrek just fucking shows up, and he has a different axe. It's the axe that he uses now. And we have no idea where he get it. His explanation is literally, I didn't like that one. I like this one better. So I took it. And everyone's like, what the fuck? Because, like, you have no runes. You should be dead. And Gotrek's like, fuck your logic. Fuck your reality. Fuck your god. Fuck your realms.
So Gotrek. Moving on from that, what did he do next other than...
He meets Baby Felix.
Jodar
or Joden.
Joden?
Joden. I think it's Jalden. J-Boy.
Yeah, we're just going to call him J-Boy.
J-Boy. He's a prince of... Man, I want to say Astalia, but I know it's not Astalia because that's fantasy.
Of a kingdom that really doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but
it kind of doesn't.
But the important part about this is that when this prince ends up dying from being crushed by a tree lord, right? It was a tree lord. Me and you argue about this because it's been a couple of weeks since I've listened to.
It's not super clear. Either the tree lord killed him or the Tzeentchian lord. The scene. I think the Tzeentchian lord was
because I thought the tree lord was in like a chaos infested tree lord.
It was, but it came through the realm gate and it was already on fire, and it just fell on Gotrek. And then the J-Dog was like, "Fuck, either the magma that's encroaching on Gotrek's gonna kill him."
We completely skipped over
We did. We're gonna get to it, but I'm gonna finish this thought so it's done. You'll understand what we're talking about in a second. We kind of jumped around a little bit, but no. So the tree lord comes in and it falls on him, and I think it's dead because J-Dog was like, either the magma's gonna kill him because he can't move, or this Tzeentchian lord, who I remember now was called the Seen Eye because the other one was the Unseen Eye.
Yeah.
So it was a Tzeentchian lord. He was like, either the demon lord motherfucker is going to kill Gotrek or the magma is. And so he charges.
I didn't realize it was fighting a magma dress. I thought this is me, the reason why I kind of hate books.
No, not a magma droth. Magma.
And magma?
Just lava. Because when they go into the realm gate, there's fucking lava everywhere.
I thought the Tree Lord was crushing him with his foot.
No, the Tree Lord fell on him.
Okay, continuing. It's another book review.
No, the Tree Lord just fell on him because the Tree Lord ran through lava and he was like, oh no, fire bad. Just fucking fell on him.
Okay.
And he was like, oh no, brother, I am pinned here. But point being is J-Dog basically like praised Sigmar. I think I read something that like it was Grimnir that answered him or something weird like that. But point being, he prayed to Sigmar for like strength, charged in to save Gotrek, and died. We don't know what killed him. I'm assuming it was the Tzeentch Lord, but like he died.
Very big.
And that's where he gets his pauldron. His lion pauldron was actually
Because he took the chest plate of this guy. So
yeah.
Very important for lore reasons.
The reason why it's important is this guy reminded him of Felix. Because, like, Gotrek knew him for, like, basically 2 seconds. For how long Gotrek's been alive, he knew him for, like, 2 seconds, and then he died. And Gotrek was like, look what they did to my boy.
Yep. Like, such honor, had a whole lot of values, and just dead.
I guess we're going to backtrack because we skipped some shit.
So he literally told the firstborn of...
Volcatrix.
I was trying to say Gigatrix.
Gigachad.
The Gigachad Volcatrix?
Fuck, now I'm fucking it up. Yeah, Volcatrix. And this is still in the lodge. Well, once again, we backtracked. We're back to the lodge where the Skaven are attacking. The Skaven, yeah. So he
No, this is before the Skaven. Okay.
I just listened to it.
Okay.
They're chasing the Skaven out, and then the God Beast shows up, and they're like, "Guess we can't chase the Skaven because
we're all about
angry
to die.
God Beast."
The thing that killed our God is about to kill us now.
Once again, we're not doing a book review, so it's gonna be a little vague. I keep fucking that up. That's why
Gotrek literally goes up to this God Beast and just says, "Please fight me. I'm ready to die."
Flex is on him hardcore.
And then this firstborn of
Volcatrix. And once again, just a quick throwback to our third or fourth episode on the gods. Volcatrix is the god beast that Grimnir fought, and they mutually murdered each other.
Yes. And that god beast just said, no. Yeah. And just walked away.
Gotrek was like, fight me, bitch. And the god, and you know the meme that Mitchell does whenever we ask him to do anything, it's the dude's like, this is peace and disappears. That's exactly what the god beast did. And Gotrek was like, I'm going to pout now.
Yep. Oh, he was so angry.
If Mitchell loves us, we'll actually put that speech into the intro because it sounds super cool.
That's a you thing.
If you show me how to do it, I'll do it.
Oh my gosh, I gotta show you everything.
Yeah, that's how teaching works.
Okay. But continuing, I think the next major point about Gotrek in this story is that they stop a chaos ritual with Malineth and the story smith.
Well, it's why they're there, because this is important to Gotrek. Is basically Gotrek's like, I was brought back for a reason, and that reason is to find Felix.
Yeah.
And he once the God Beast thing works itself out, he looks up into the sky and sees like Stormcast shenanigans, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" And Broder, once again, the Battlesmith was like, "That was a Stormcast
This man
Eternals."
is so talented. He can see the you can see the Stormcast at lightning speed being brought down to.
Well, yeah, he's still a demigod. Like, he got that power boost from Grimnir. He didn't lose it. He lost his axes, but he's still like a demigod. I want you to imagine basically
looking at lightning from 10 miles away and go like,
"That was a dude.
Why is there a man in there?"
But yeah, he was like, "What the fuck is that?" And they're like, and the Fireslayers were like, "Those are Stormcast." Like, Sigmar takes the greatest heroes of man and forges them into warriors. By the way, all these people
don't understand that this man just has been alive for
no one.
Of years.
The only one who's even close to understanding right now is Broder, the Battlesmith.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so Gotrek's like, "Oh, heroes get turned into Stormcast." Well, Felix was a goddamn hero, so he must be a Stormcast now, or they might know where he is. And he's like, "Cool, where the fuck are the Stormcast?" And they said the city of Hammerhall. Thank you. Which is what I think. I think it's like I just forget the name. I was gonna say Heimdall, and I'm like, that's not right at all.
No.
Norse mythology. God of War Ragnarok's fucking me up.
I'm gonna buy that probably tomorrow.
It's so good.
Can't wait,
dude. When you see Thor, you're gonna nut just a little bit.
Is it dad bod Thor?
Yes.
Oh.
Dude, he's fucking giant. He's like 13 feet tall. He is giant. The way they made this Thor,
That's not dad bod.
but he is dad bod.
Oh.
He's that big with a dad bod.
Ooh.
He's massive, but he's massive dad bod. But he's so imposing. They made him so imposing. And can I give you like a very, very small spoiler about the first fight that he has with Thor in the very beginning of the game?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
The answer is no.
Okay. He is just a very imposing
Okay.
person to fight. They did him so well.
By the way, we had a complete rant about how Kratos is
Kratos.
Gosh.
You look at someone who's literally beat the first 3 games, the majority of the spin-off games, and I haven't played.
How like there was a rant in the Discord about, is he a god? Is he not a god?
He was a god. No, he is a god.
Yeah, he is a god because he killed.
So what?
He killed the god of war in the first God of War.
He killed Ares, and then then Zeus rewarded him for killing Ares because Ares was doing head ass shit, and made him the god of war. But then Kratos was a much more prolific god of war, and he was attacking Athens, and Zeus was like, "Quit your head ass shit." And it also had to do with the prophecy that like Kratos would kill Zeus or something like that. Like there was a prophecy that bad shit would happen. So Zeus betrays Kratos and kills him with the Blade of Olympus, which sucks out all of his god powers and kills him. But then Gaia saves him from the underworld, and he basically went to the Fates and went back in time to fuck up Zeus before Zeus could kill him, thus retaining his godly powers.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
This is an Age of Sigmar podcast.
Guys, look, we had a tangent. I'm so proud of us.
I'm so proud of us.
I'm so proud of us. But no, yeah, he is still a god.
Yeah.
And even
Hey, buddy.
Before I end, just real quick, the last part, his wife Faye, I think it's Faye, isn't a god. She is immortal,
She was a giant.
but she was a mortal, not a god.
Yeah.
And his son is a god because Kratos is a god.
Yeah.
Tangent over.
Okay.
Point being, he's going to Hammerhall because he thinks Felix is there.
Yep. And I think he comes to the conclusion while I was in Hammerhall, just like, I can't find this man.
Well,
Because they literally stated, are you going to rip off the helmet of every single storm?
yeah, and there's like 12 fucking storm hosts there, and
Yeah, it's like, are you going to try? Go ahead and give it a shot.
yeah, he's like, well, okay. There was a scene. I know. We're not like book reviewing, but there was one scene that's fucking amazing. He basically Gotrek gets super drunk in Hammerhall because of some things that happened before they got there, which like kind of like fucked up shit happened. So he's at Hammerhall. He gets drunk. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna get sloshed and watch the city burn." But he finally sees a Stormcast Eternal, and he's like, "Give me a look on that helmet, pretty boy." And then the Stormcast is like, "Get the fuck off me, you drunk dwarf! What the fuck?" And Gotrek starts manhandling a Stormcast to the point where the Stormcast like bats him off, and like Gotrek doesn't move, and the Stormcast is like, "I may have made a miscalculation." And Gotrek literally grabs his breastplate and throws him to the ground and pins him. And the Stormcast is like, "You are a normal-ass Durden? How the fuck are you doing this?" And Gotrek's like, "As I've said before, your god, whack. Your realm, whack. Your weapons, whack. Your friends, whack." And literally rips this fucker's helmet off. Like, he manhandles a fucking Stormcast. It's amazing. It's such a good scene. Oh, yeah.
Oh, continuing to them stopping a chaos ritual where they were getting that really big that rune,
The Master Rune.
the Master Rune.
Yeah.
It's really important. I'll explain that in about 5 minutes.
They were going to use it to blow up the city, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because
Basically.
it was a whole lot of power. They stopped this ritual. I don't need to go into details of this, but they stopped the ritual, but it was activated and it was going to explode the city. And the really cool story smith guy, Battlesmith.
Yeah, Broder. Well, the problem was they were like, only a Fire Slayer can contain a rune.
Yeah,
and
he was the
Gotrek's
only
like,
Fire Slayer.
Gotrek's like, well, I'm not a fucking Fire Slayer, and this bitch over here is an elf, so like, it's
Give it
all
a
on you,
shot,
brother.
boy.
And he's like, bruh, I'm young as fuck. I ain't got the runes. What the fuck are you talking about? And Gotrek's like, I believe in you, my son. And he's like, thanks, Dad. And then he does it. And it kills him.
Blows off his arm.
Blows off his arm and he fucking dies. Not immediately, but yeah. They don't... say he dies, but the implication is heavy, and I haven't been able to find any research that said he died definitively.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's pretty certain
And
he died.
then
And
Gotrek
it made me
is-
so fucking mad. I love Broder so
and
much.
then Gotrek, just a normal dwarf, goes like, well, I guess it's my turn.
And just fucking He-Man's this rune, and Broder's like dying breath. He's like, I knew it. You are Grimnir.
Which is really important because this rune, the importance of it is that it is Grimnir's heart.
I don't think we find that out for a while. Though, right?
You don't find it out in a while, but guess what? Get over it. It is Grimnir's heart.
Spoilers.
So he just became more like Grimnir. He doesn't know that it's Grimnir's heart yet.
Mad as fuck.
But
Gotrek hates Grimnir. Also, Gotrek, the avatar of Grimnir.
yeah. So that's pretty much the end of that, and the really big importance of that, and it continues
another thing
because he gets really drunk and gets really sad because he comes to the realization that he's not gonna find Felix.
Yeah,
And
I think his exact words are like, if Felix even is alive, if Felix is alive, he's a Stormcast, and if he's a Stormcast, he's not gonna remember anything. And Gotrek's like,
just don't mind me doing lines of cocaine.
yeah, it's how I drug away your feelings. But he's like, yeah, like, my boy. But he's like, yeah, like, honestly, how you can sum up basically the entirety of the books about Gotrek, the books and the short stories about Gotrek and AoS is 3 words. Sad man hour.
Yeah.
That's just Gotrek the entire time.
So that's really the entirety of Realm Slayer, which Realm Slayer, we went over a whole lot of it because
Realm Slayer is the most important, in my opinion, because it's the start. It's what sets the groundwork for Gotrek.
And there's a whole lot of lore bits for him.
Yes, and also a lot of characters that are going to be around for a while are introduced.
Yeah.
Oh, also something else that we find out in Realm Slayer that is important because I think it's going to be the next book or one of the next books is that Thanquil is still alive, and he is a Skaven Grey Seer that Gotrek Gotrek had a pretty big issue with in the world that was.
Skaven is scared.
Yeah, that's no. There's actually there's like
that boy is still alive.
There's like a 30-second clip at the end of Realm Slayer where Thanquil's like, oh yeah, so how'd the mission go? And they're like, oh man, the Master Rune got away. He's like, I don't give a fuck about the Master Rune. Is Gotrek dead? And they're like, no. And he's like, what have you done? What have you done?
Because
my boy coming.
Next major thing was there's going to be a short story in between this and Ghoul Slayer. In this short story, Melaneth actually gets poisoned, and Gotrek tries his best to actually save her, ends up saving her, and just goes, I can't let you die because I need somebody to navigate me in this realm.
Yeah, like I don't...
In these realms.
I'm such a stranger. I don't know what the fuck any of this is. I need you to explain it to me.
So
also because I miss companionship because I'm lonely.
And that's also really big because this is an elf. Elf.
Oh my god, he talks so much shit about elves in a Realm Slayer.
Yes, and it's great.
Like the 3 Gotrek Realm Slayer is fuck your gods, fuck your realms, and fuck elves.
Yeah. And then you get to Ghoul Slayer. Now Ghoul Slayer gets Slayer Soul Slayer.
Oh, which short story is the Grombrindle thing in?
I do not know.
But it is a short story, right?
And it's also in Grombrindle's book.
Gotcha.
Oh, by the way, guys, Grombrindle is also alive.
If you don't know who Grombrindle is, he's the
the White Dwarf.
The white. He's.
You see all those magazines over on that bookshelf? Mm-hmm. Not you guys. I'm talking seriously.
Me.
Because you can't see.
I can actually see them.
White Dwarf.
White Dwarf. Is that after Grombrindle?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Grombrindle, I feel like because he's so old, he's like knows all the knowledge about dwarves and shit. It kind of makes sense. Yeah, Grombrindle, the great white bitch. I hate I love Grombrindle in the lore. That man has traumatized me in Total War. That's why I always call him Grombrindle. It's the white dwarf. It's just the white bitch. I fucking hate him. He is such a pain in my ass in Total War. At least in 2. 3, he's moved.
I need to
so.
play Total War with you again.
Well, we had the Fridays, but then shit got all fucky because of Philip and whatnot. We haven't done it in a while.
Yeah. I like Ray.
It's because I hate you, obviously.
No.
We can do it.
Continue. What?
Well, yeah, I'll have my secretary contact your secretary.
Okay, thanks. My secretary left. Where's my secretary?
Mine lives with me. Ha
Oh, he's behind you.
My mind was like, Justin's here? Or Jason's here? And I was like, what? It spooked me. I don't know why, but you're like, he's behind you.
I was talking about Hephaestus.
I figured, but from my brain for a second was like, Jason's here. And I was like, why though? I'm so confused. I thought he lived somewhere else now.
He does. Literally across the street.
He can still creep into your room at night if you felt so inclined.
Oh god.
Have fun with that.
Thanks. Ghoul Slayer.
Yes.
With these next 3 books, I'm not gonna go too in depth with the actual plot.
Like literally refer to what we said at the beginning. It's just kind of hard.
It's very difficult to explain the importance of the plot to Gotrek, other than what Gotrek accomplished.
You can't explain character development because you're supposed to feel it. You're supposed to be there when it happens, and it's supposed to hit you. But like when we're explaining it to you while making dick jokes, it kind of detracts a little bit.
Yeah. I could definitely try my best, but
We're not book reviewing, so
you can't go over every single little thing that really what this book does.
and it's the little things that make the character development. So, you can't skip over them, but you also can't really go over them because we'll be here for hours.
I'll say, question: what is this book like? What is Gotrek's overall goal in this book?
To die.
To die. How is he planning to
die?
die?
To Nagash specifically.
How does he plan to die? Fighting Nagash.
Fighting Bone Daddy.
What happens during the book? Flesh Eater Courts. By the way, I will say this about these books. Although they're really bad, like they don't focus like on the idea of trying to build a lore for Gotrek. They're more of character development for Gotrek. They're so good for world building because Ghoul Slayer.
You just learn so much.
You read the delusions of the Ghoul King, and like how.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, and how like he sees himself as a king, and like his wife, like he has his queen, and he like. Here's a little bit of a thing.
Hashtag Flesh Eater Courts are Bretonia.
Here's a small thing. In that book, it literally goes with the Ghoul King, and it's like, why are you running away from me? I'm here to save you. Stop screaming.
In reality, why are you trying to rip my legs off?
And then as he's looking at this guy, he goes, dude, why are you bleeding? And then it continues to bleed and bleed more, and he goes, wait a minute, I'm not even there anymore. I'm at my feet, and just starts eating the guy. So it's like, you're just like,
oh my god, that's so bad. I didn't know that it was like, you would just straight skip, like you just skip the chapter in a movie. Why are you bleeding? I'm eating now. What?
Yeah. So, it's.
Oh man, mini tangent. I'm going to say something that's probably going to trigger a lot of people in the Discord, but like we should probably re-upload the Flesh Eater Court episode.
God, that was so many tangents.
Oh, God.
So many tangents.
Oh, God. And then there was like an hour and a half of shit talking GW at the end of it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Not our proudest moment. Not our best moment. Moving on.
So Flesh Eater Courts are pretty much the overarching thing here. That's why it's called Ghoul Slayer.
Like they're not the goal, but they are the consistent enemy.
They're the consistent enemy. And really what's really important, and it's really difficult to explain, but Gotrek at the end of the book really just sits there. First, there's a lot of development of him understanding that he needs companions. And he accepts them.
Gotrek suffers from crippling loneliness.
He slowly respects them more and more.
Yeah, and that's really important because in Realm Slayer, he like kind of hated everyone.
Yeah.
Like at best, he barely tolerated people's presence. There's one point where he actually in Realm Slayer, he almost chokes Broder to death because he said something like, not even anything bad. He just said something like that
No, he said something, and it pissed him off.
And it pissed off Gotrek, and Gotrek like almost kills him.
Because Broder was talking.
But anyway, continue. I'm gonna go take a call real fast.
Oh, I'm just gonna pause it.
All right, sorry about that. My girlfriend called me. I thought it was important, and it was not.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but
He's so majestic.
My cat made a noise, and this cat only makes a noise maybe once a day.
I'm gonna go get him.
Okay. But what were we in Ghoul Slayer? We were pretty much done with Ghoul Slayer.
Yeah, we were talking about like what Ghoul Slayer was about, the main enemy. Oh, yeah, we were talking about like the Fletcher courts and shit too.
No, we're pretty much talking about the end. Because at the end of Ghoul Slayer, he realizes that first, he actually has a purpose to live in this world. Like in these realms, he has a purpose to live, and he shouldn't just go around and just try to just randomly die. So that's the biggest takeaway from Ghoul Slayer. Now, Git Slayer. Git Slayer is a...
So it could be fair to say that at the end of Ghoul Slayer, he's realistically no longer a Slayer because he's not trying to die.
Correct. Like, I think he's still trying to die, but he's not going out of his way to die, which is weird. He's the world's worst Slayer now.
Gotrek, either the best or the worst Slayer, depending on your perspective.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable.
I know.
I love my cat. Okay, I'm going to pause so I can enjoy this cat. The cat's done being molested.
Yeah, we're really working towards that tangent cap.
Yeah, we're really working on it. So Git Slayer. Git Slayer, the entire purpose of the book of Git Slayer is trying to get rid of the Grim.
And that is the second book, right?
That is the
it's Realm
second
Slayer, Ghoul Slayer, Git Slayer,
book.
and Soul Slayer.
Remember, Realm Slayer is not a book; it's a audio drama.
Oh yeah, important thing. Yeah, Realm Slayer is not an audio book; it's an audio drama. So it's like it's made as if it was meant to be played on the radio. So it's voice acted and all kinds of shit. It's a really good listen.
Yeah,
Audible has it. I think you can find it a couple other places. I heartily recommend it.
So really important things in Git Slayer. Thrakos, which you don't know because he was in Ghoul Slayer, which, first of all, the most human of all Stormcast because this man went insane.
He's the wounded Stormcast that goes with Gotrek, right?
Yes.
I thought that was in Ghoul Slayer, not Git Slayer.
Ghoul Slayer. But he's in Git Slayer.
Is he? Okay.
Well, for a while. Then he gets deaded. And that messed with Gotrek.
Did it?
Yeah, it
Rip.
really, because
Gotrek, all of his friends die. Fuck.
well, it's a Stormcast. He's gonna be reforged. That makes it a little better.
But he's not with Gotrek.
He's not with Gotrek, and he probably won't remember Gotrek, and that kind of just really hurts. But it's really showing that since he's actually fairly upset about this, he actually enjoys his companionship with Malineth, Thrakos, and you're just like,
Went from hating everyone to actually enjoying the company.
yeah. And that's really that and him trying to get rid of the
Master Rune.
Master Rune.
Yeah, because that's like the point of Git Slayer, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to get it out.
He ends up working with Keratin Overlords to try to get it out with alchemy and whatnot. He gets like an adopted father in this period of time, which
I don't even know goddamn sense because he's definitely older than everyone else.
yeah, it's weird. I'm trying to look over there. It's the Barak Urbaz. Thanks, Ozzy. Yeah.
Barak Urbaz.
I think that's the clan. I'm having a
Potentially.
stroke, and I just need to have a moment of silence here real quick. Everybody just silence for 5 seconds. Continuing.
That was really awkward.
Yeah, really, really awkward. Continuing. So, at the end of Git Slayer, he comes pretty much to the conclusion that this rune is really part of me. It's almost making me who I am at this point, and there's no reason to get rid of it.
I guess to a certain extent that almost like he's not like entirely, but I guess kind of putting away his hatred for Grimnir, at least a little bit.
Yes. Like
Character development.
you got the character development.
Man's going through a whole Vegeta arc.
Yeah. And again, this is really difficult to explain. Just you can't get every single thing without.
Well, no,
doing a
we
book
explained
review.
why in the
Yeah.
beginning. Like, realistically, to get the full impact of these books, you're going to need to read it. And we're focusing on Gotrek, not, like, everything that happens in the book. We're not a book review podcast. So, like...
Yeah. And then you got Soul Slayer. Soul Slayer hurts.
I know a little bit about Soul Slayer. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
Soul Slayer
I'm going to go cry.
pretty much has the purpose of trying to find purpose
The purpose is to find purpose.
The purpose is to find purpose.
So Gotrek, like, he just kind of aimlessly wandering, like he doesn't know what he wants to do.
Yeah, and he ends up at a Fire Slayer lodge that keeps on getting attacked by Internet Deepkin. And during the process of an attack by the Internet Deepkin, there was like pretty much no escape. Yeah, Malneth pretty much ends up sacrificing herself so Gotrek can leave, which is really...
I'm assuming it's devastating for Gotrek.
That was his next Felix. Like, there was a point in that book that
I just want
Gotrek,
to point out that like she was his Felix in AoS, but she was obviously a shittier model because Felix made it through 12 books. Just saying.
But there is a point in this book where Gotrek literally states, "I don't see you as a traveling companion. I see you as a friend," which is a whole lot.
It's a lot for Gotrek.
That's a lot for Gotrek.
Only really saw Felix as a friend.
Yeah. So, with that happening, her dying, it's a whole lot of character development, and we're not sure what the next book is going to be. But
I
think there was.
I truly believe that because these past books and short stories there's been so much character development and world building for Gotrek. I really, really think that one of the books coming up soon are going to be really big and bombastic, and I think Gotrek's going to finally have his big enemy he needs to go kill in a book. Maybe not overarching enemy, but it's going to be like, no, I'm not trying to kill myself, or I'm not trying to soul search. I'm going to fucking kill somebody, and I think it's going to be Thanquol. I hope it's Thanquol.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Also, Malneth died during a coup. It's weird.
Edeneth shenanigans.
Yeah.
Weird political Edeneth shenanigans.
Again, I'm not going to go that much into the book because there's a whole lot of the lore that wouldn't make sense for... It's lore building for really Internet Deepkin and Fire Slayers.
Point being is I think the books are leading up to like more... either one or at least a couple of more bombastic books where Gotrek's like, I know who I am. I know why I'm here. I've made my friends. I've done my soul searching, and now I have found an enemy to kill. Like, I am alive. I am here. I'm a relic of the past, but I'm not dead yet, and I am here to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna finally have a big bad for him, whether it be Thanquol or someone fucking else.
That or he accepts himself to the point that, and because he's dealt with a lot in this period of time, because something I didn't go over is that he's built relations with Fire Slayers and the Keratin Overlords. Yeah, the
two dwarvish factions.
And I think over to that point, I think he probably will notice that these guys need a god.
They need help.
They need a god to help them out. And I think
Grimnir's dead. Grungy fucked off. And that's basically it.
Grungy's champion is Grombrindle.
I really do hope that Grungy's gonna come back and he's like, hey, I was like bringing Valea back to life.
No.
That is one of the things that there are some theories that that's what he's doing.
Yeah. But
I would love to see Gotrek meet Sigmar.
That's something I want so much.
I think, honestly, Gotrek would go to Sigmar and he'd basically be like, where the fuck were you? Like, in the world that
and just start fighting him.
Like, when shit hit the fan, where the fuck were you? You waited you waited to come down and help until your presence meant nothing. Like, but by the time you got there, shit was so fucked, it didn't matter anymore. Like, where the fuck were you 10, 20, 30, 40 years before shit really got bad to lead us out of this to lead the realms of men out of the darkness and unite the realms and shit?
It's of my opinion that
I would love to see that.
Sigmar knows that Gotrek is alive in the realms because Sigmar can see... I'm pretty sure Sigmar sees things through Stormcasts as well, especially when they're reforging and you'll be like, ooh, let me...
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, I wouldn't be surprised.
Now, I'm not sure if Sigmar can look at Stormcast memories through that, but at the same time,
you know what else?
He's a god. He's the one
he
that's
can do
forging
shenanigans.
them.
I'm sure he can figure something out. Do you know what else is really cool?
What?
If Gotrek fought Archeon and kind of got like the Catacross treatment where like didn't beat him, but also like didn't exactly like get punked either.
Yeah.
But I could see Gotrek being like, you motherfucker, you destroyed my world, you killed my friends. The reason why Felix isn't here is because of you and all the pain you wrought. Bring me your ass, and just like fucking dukes out the arc. I'd love to see that. I doubt that'll happen, but I'd love him like literally look upon the destroyer of his world, of all of his loved ones and friends, and just be like, you motherfucker right
something
here.
Something in Ghoul Slayer that's actually really interesting. First, really, really cool. Ghoul Gargant.
No.
Yep.
I don't like it.
So there's a Ghoul Gargant.
I don't like it.
And gosh, Gotrek went to go fight it, and they didn't give the specifics of the fight, but he literally just walks and just goes, well, if that guy is going to affect us, they're going to be using his head as a battering ram. I was like, oh my gosh, that man just murdered that thing.
What the fuck? That's amazing.
So
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think Gotrek would like it, but I honestly got like you kind of said it a little bit ago. I wouldn't be surprised if Gotrek ascended to be a new dwarven god.
Yeah.
If he like took Grimnir's place.
Morathi became a god.
Yeah, I think like that could be something that Grung can do. Maybe is like forges Gotrek anew into a god, and Gotrek kind of becomes the new Grimnir. It's because the Fire Slayers, their whole thing of like collecting Urgold to attempt to potentially revive Grimnir.
Yeah,
but instead,
what if they use all that Urgold to just throw it into Gotrek?
Yeah, or something like that, and just turn him into like a new aspect of Grimnir, and he basically takes the place as a god and like finds his axe. I love it because I know at one point in time he is looking for his axe. I'd love if he like finds Grimnir's axes again and he just basically takes his place. I'd love that.
Pretty sure those axes are destroyed in the realm of chaos.
Probably, but we know GW, they never set things in stone, so they can bring it back later.
Yep. Watch a Gotrek just go into the realm of chaos next time and go like, I'm here to find my axe. So.
But yeah, no, I would really, really enjoy that.
Yeah.
I actually think it's probably the most likely to happen. I think Gotrek would hate it, though. Like, he would absolutely hate it. There's a fourth thing that I think might happen. It's like a very, very tiny-ass percentage, but I think it is technically possible, is they might bring Felix back. I would love it. I really don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah. Other than that, that's pretty much all we had to cover about Gotrek because, again, we didn't want to go over the entirety of the book.
And like I said, it's really hard to explain and talk about character development when you're supposed to read it. And, like, realistically, that's kind of what all the books come down to. Like, shit happens. Important shit happens. But, like, the books are more about how it affects Gotrek, not how Gotrek affects the world.
Also, let's be honest, we're really lazy and we don't want to spend here for the next 4 hours.
Well, no, I mean, I wouldn't call that lazy. I would just say, like, in order to explain it to the point where it makes sense, we'd have to be here for 4 fucking hours, and like we saw what that anniversary episode did to us.
Oh, it killed my soul.
Bruh.
That was the soul.
Shit was rough. It was fun, but it was rough. But yeah, I think that's about it, honestly.
Any idea what we're going to be doing for next episode?
Fire Slayers? To a certain extent, reading up on Gotrek just helped us learn. We could do that.
Yeah. We could.
We'll figure something out.
We'll let Philip decide.
Yeah, that'd be a good like knowing how many probably pick Hedonites.
Yeah.
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 Next episode of Lorecast Turtles is just porn.
Okay.
But yeah, no. So just a quick recap. Philip will be rejoining us again.
Join the Discord if you want to bother me about something.
Yep. We'll have all of our social media links and whatnot.
I forgot that I muted the Discord, so I was like, why am I not ever getting notifications about people adding me? And I was like, oh,
you are a bad Discord dad.
Oh my God. And then I was like, oh, that's why. So now I just put back the notifications when I
Where
get
are my
added.
kids? Oh yeah, I locked them in the closet because they were annoying me. Yeah, Philip will be rejoining us. We're gonna be making that LVO channel at the end of the month.
Yep.
And we're sticking to the 1 episode every 3 weeks, at least until the end, and at least until after LVO.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that is. Hold on. I want to see. Do you think we should like fuck around for another minute and 20 so we can make it an even hour?
Sure.
Just be silent. Well, we haven't like tangented off at the end in a while. Oh, 30K. Are you getting the 30K? I know Phil's getting the 30K.
You see that box over there?
But have you built it?
I have not.
Got some catching up. I guess you're also getting ready for LVO and shit. So
That's my excuse.
that's your excuse.
That's really my.
Is that not what's actually happening?
It's my excuse.
Welcome to the club. I haven't hobbied in like a year.
So this week, as you see, as I opened up this door,
Well,
there are 5 cruel boys on that desk.
Oh, don't forget Sean's models to Sonic clean them.
Those are somewhere. Where are those? I don't know where those are.
Mitchell's fucking up his. Oh, what, his models?
You help me move them.
Oh, Sean's models. Oh, they're in there.
Oh, they're somewhere in here.
They're on the black desk.
I'll probably throw them in the Sonic cleaner.
Yeah. We have 10 seconds left. Whoop whoop.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Okay. Well, guys.
We're just being
I
stupid.
appreciate y'all.
All right. Peace out. We'll see y'all in 3 weeks. Bye. Clicker.